Welcome everyone. Today I would like to discuss comparative law terminology. Actually, comparing is fun. For instance, we could compare me with this book. In both cases there's a lot of knowledge in it, it's a little bit too fat, and this thing doesn't breathe, and I do. So, did you learn anything from this comparison? Probably not. Why not? Because we actually didn't use any proper methodology in doing so. A comparison always serves a certain purpose. In comparative law, we basically compare different legal systems, but we do that in a functional way. This means that we try to figure out what kind of legal solutions in each given society respond to a particular given problem. I will clarify this a little bit. Take for instance a barbecue, a nice toy, a movie and a bottle of beer. At first glance you cannot compare those. I mean, it totally makes no sense. However, if we add functionality to this, they are very well comparable. For instance, they might all respond to the same problem, which is I'm very tired and I want to relax. So someone will organize a barbecue, someone else will open a bottle of beer, and someone else start playing with a toy, my son for instance. So when you add this dimension of functionality, it makes actually sense to compare. In comparative law, we use some freaky Latin words to address the methodology we use. In essence, we start from a similar combined social problem. So one social problem can be solved in many different ways. These different ways you can actually compare. For instance, if I buy something from a web shop and this web shop doesn't supply, I would like to get my money back. Well, this is a social problem that is dealt with differently in each legal system. So I'm going to look for the different solutions in the legal systems I'm comparing. So I could, for instance, check the German legal system, the Italian legal system, and the Dutch legal system, and try to figure out what kind of legal procedures I can actually use to get my money back when a web shop doesn't supply me with the promised goods. The combined social problem we refer to as a tertium comparationis. In essence, this is the point with which we compare. We start from this problem we want to solve. We then assume that in each society we face similar kind of problems. And I think we can safely assume that in each society we need to solve one way or another what happens if I order something and I do not get my goods as promised. The fact that in each society we assume that we face similar type of problems is called the praesumtio similitudinus. This kind of means that we have to solve those same problems one way or another in each society, and we could use the instrument of law for that. Now, when we start comparing, we start to dig into this a little bit deeper, and we try to figure out what kind of legal solutions the given legal systems actually provide us with. So, perhaps I have to follow a different procedure in Germany compared to Italy, compared to the Netherlands. However, all these procedures to get my money back, one way or another, respond to that particular similar type of problem. So, I want my money back. That is the problem. To come back to the comparison I just made, the barbecue and the bottle of beer and the little toy, they also respond to exactly the same problem. Different as they are functionally equivalent because they all give an answer to the same social problem. So, to sum up, we assume that each society faces similar problems, praesumtio similitudinus. This similar problem we can select as a starting point for a comparison. This is called the tertium comparationis. And then when we dig into that, we start looking for the functional equivalent solutions we find in each legal system. They might be different, they might be similar, but at least they respond to the same social problem, which makes them comparable. It doesn't really make much sense to just compare randomly this book with me, but it does make sense to compare a bottle of beer with a barbecue with a little toy, because basically those three things are functionally equivalent, as in they respond to the same kind of a problem. That is, I'm tired and I want to relax. I hope you've learned a thing or two about comparative law terminology, and I hope you've enjoyed it. For more information, just please check www.dr.Wernaart.com or like Dr. Wernaart at Facebook. That is www.facebook.com/dr.Wernaart. Good luck!